I play drums.
You do.
You do the pretty vocals too.
I was told to do things for a record, and I did them.
Okay.
That's what I contributed.
Steve used to write the songs pretty much before coming to practice.
Well, which song? The 3 songs are on the split? Is that what the question is asking?
In general.
I think it's just more in general.
Oh, as an evolution, maybe?
Yeah, well, it says that these are new tunes, but these are actually the oldest of the stuff that we have. Our new tunes don't really
actually, no. Impending's part of the original. So
that's so
Swine. That's coming out
I
later.
wrote 2 of the 3 of the original 3.
That's true.
Yeah.
2 or 3, yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Oh, no, well, because Sad Boys, it was, what, 4th?
Yeah, and then we did Sad Boysy and Cells, so then we did 2 years that you wrote before.
Yeah.
So here's part of the answer is that he wrote a couple songs and he wrote a couple songs.
Basically, we work best. Like, me and Steve have played together, like, since, like, we started playing music in general. Like, we just, like, that's how we learned to play guitars. So, like, Steve basically comes up with, oh, what do you think of this? And I have the part that fills that in. Or I'll be like, what do you think of this? And he has the part up here that fills that in. And it just... It goes together. I'm not overly. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not like overly concerned with if I'm writing post rock or if I'm writing screamo.
No, not really.
It's whatever fits into what's being created at that time.
Is it cool? Do I like playing it? Do I think it'll gel well with our stuff? And that's and it seems to so far. We got a bit of diversity this way.
I think Ollie and Steve, maybe starting out when they were younger, came from more of a metal. Background. Ollie and Steve played in a metal band together.
Way back.
AFI in the early days and then like fucking death metal in our teen years.
Yeah. And I came from sort of a punk background, which Steve kind of does now with another band that he's playing in.
Yeah.
And I think it's like it's an evolution of, melting everything down that we like. Setting out maybe for a goal to do something, but I think it's kind of finding its own sort of place. Norman core, maybe. Dave.
I didn't really have an idea of what I was doing. I just kind of wrote songs and demoed them on my computer. Basically songs that weren't punk songs, because the punk songs I just used from my other band. So I started writing a bunch of non-punk songs, and they just had this kind of super melodic, post-rock, post-whatever feel to them. And Dave was looking to start something, so I brought Ollie in, and then we brought Dave in, and then Dave brought Jesse, and then I think we work best when we're all together.
That's how we write now.
Yeah. At first it would be I had like 20 songs or something demoed on my computer, and we used maybe like 2 of them.
No, we did more than that. We used at least
3 or 4.
3
or 4.
Maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah, because
But now I just kind of stopped demoing our stuff on my computer. I just kind of bring it into the jam room because the results to me are a lot better. And I think having me, who's a punk metal guy, and Ollie, who's similar, and then having Mike and Jesse, who are playing in their old band, which was like a post-rocky kind of thing. I think mixing all that together is what kind of gives us that unique little sound.
Yeah.
Because what I would think of drums and all that isn't what Jesse plays, and I think that's cool.
It's definitely I think it's working towards something now. We've been playing for like 6 months, 7 months. I
think we're starting to find our sound now, especially with the newer songs. I think we're starting to get to where we like to be, maybe, or like what we're all kind of striving for.
Because we got like me and Steve working tight together and then we got Jesse and Mike. Hold on, if I can cross these fingers too. And then we got Dave.
Dave just fills in the gap.
Yeah, Dave just fills us all in.
And giggles.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah,
it's pretty good right there.
Satisfying.
This is
satisfying
the new...
And he puts out our records, so we don't have to pay for it.
Tapes.
Yeah. And everyone loves him. Everywhere we go, everyone's like, hey, who's Dave Norman?
Yeah, Dave Norman is our selling. He's what sells us.
He's the poster boy.
The music's terrible. People just like Dave.
I want it.
All right, let's go.
He's our meal ticket.
All right, shut up. Okay.
There's a lot of inspirations for this band.
Yeah, there are a lot of different ones too.
What a lot of people compliment us on is our big variety of So, like, well, I guess there's only been 3 songs released so far, but if you see us live or keep up with what we're gonna put out for the next year, we're pretty varied in our sounds, which we get a lot of compliments for. So I think that's because our inspirations are all over the board, and like it's hard to name a bunch of inspirations.
We did this thing when we were kind of getting introduced to each other, where Steve asked over like a Facebook chat what all the bands that we all listened to.
Oh yeah, that was.
And there was like it was all over the place, and maybe with some of these guys, they kind of crossed over. But I know with like the bass player Mike and I,
didn't cross over.
nothing really crossed over, but it all sort of works out.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's better to have that much variety as opposed to everyone, it's like, oh, we really love this one band, we all love this one band, and we should make it sound like this one band.
We have parts where we're like, oh, that's,
Yeah, we have often those parts where like, oh, that sounds like this band, or that sounds like that band.
That's the Lone Predator part.
That's the Lone Predator part.
That's the Young Mountain part, or Old Soul part.
And my brother's always telling me we sound really, really black metal, a lot of our songs. And I'm like, I dig that, because it's like, I love black metal, Steve loves black metal.
Black metal.
And just the style, the approach on the guitar, like maybe our beats aren't like da-da-da-da-da-da. But
I think for writing, my
sometimes.
biggest inspirations are, black metal, post-metal, like melodic crust, and just
Follow Fraffer, let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's totally follow Fraffer for you. And the way that
Pretty
you
much.
wite without knowing it sounds to me like Amber, which I love.
We're a good band, I just
don't
don't
how
know
to
that much
describe
of them.
drums.
I play drums.
Are great. yeah. Okay, let's move on.
It's like, like a Deftones-y thing.
Just plays
And Mike listens to a lot of like, what would you call that? Like the metal stuff, like Meshuggah and
Meshuggah.
and like
Meshuggah.
Meshuggah with two.
Mike's big into like Meshuggah and Primus,
Yeah.
Deftones.
Yeah.
But then some sort of, I don't know what, he likes on Fire and like Biffy Clyro and a lot of stuff like that. So he's pretty technical with his playing, but it works out really well. He loves heavy stuff too. So
Yeah.